Into the quarterfinals we go now with a bit of a surprise one. That's right. It's Tajikistan. It is Jordan for a spot in the semi-finals. Who will go through? Who will go home? Taking a look next. Preview video. We're looking forward to the quarterfinals and the opening one against Tajikistan and Jordan to see who will go through to the semis. We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. And if you're new, where the hell have you been? Subscribe, smash your likey, but let's get into it, of course, and preview the game as we are looking forward to these quarterfinals, especially this one, because this one has got a bit of a smell of a surprise package, of course, a dark horse, you would imagine. Now, these two sides, of course, will lock horns on the 2nd of Feb, the early kickoff, of course, at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. Now, let's get into the deep end between these two sides. Tajikistan qualify as third round Group F winners. They secured their spot on the 14th of June, 2022. It's their first finals ever. It's their debut tournament. Peter Sergar has done an absolutely fantastic job to get them to the stage. Rustam Yatimov, your star man, 150 to 1 to go the distance. I did think they would crash out of the group stages, but guess what? They're here, and they're here on merit. Let's take a look at their journey so far. They opened up with a 0-0 draw against China. They followed that with a 1-0 loss against the host Qatar. Of course, they did result in losing a man in that game, and then they followed that up with a 2-1 win over Lebanon to, of course, secure their spot as runners-up. That's right, 4 points was enough for them to go through. Then they took on the UAE, dragged them suckers to penalties there after a 1-1 draw, 5-3 winners, perfect penalties to go through to Jordan, to take on Jordan for a spot in the semi-finals, of course. Who'd have thunk it? Not me. Take a look at the star men then. We've got Yatimov between the sticks, Nazarov, Duzhabanejov, Kainoranov, Safaronov, Jubareyev, Ubareyev, Panchanabi, Daziliov, Soryov, and Samiev, of course. Everyone knows that. Of course. What about Jordan then, coming at you as third round Group A winners on the 14th of June, 2022. It's their fifth finals. 2019 was the last. They did make the quarterfinals in 2004 and 2011. And guess what? They're here again today. Hussein Amuta is your manager. Musama Al-Tamari, your star man. 80 to 1 to go the distance. I did expect them to get to the last 16, but guess what? They're past that. And they're here on merit. They qualified as third place team in Group E on the skin of their teeth. Of course, they opened up with a 4-0 win over Malaysia. Job done there. Followed up with a 2-2 draw against Jordan. And then, of course, a defeat to Bahrain, which, of course, possibly cost them the group winning at the top of the group spot. But they then took care of business against an Iraq side who were red hot to trot, a team to avoid. And, of course, everybody backed Iraq on that one. But, of course, guess what? Jordan had other plans in a game that had everything. 5 goals, 2 red cards, and, of course, plenty more action as well. Abu Leia is your star man between the sticks. Abu Hashish, Nashib, Al-Ajarin, Haddad, Al-Radabad, Al-Ratib, Al-Maradi, Al-Tamari, Olwan, and Al-Naimet are your key men in my eyes. So let's take a look then at the numbers. We have 4 times they played each other since 2015. Nothing for Tajikistan, 3 for Jordan, 1 draw, of course, at the moment. Tajikistan, 2 goals scored in those 4 games, 0.50 goals a game on average. Jordan, though, 3-0 win the biggest, scored 9 goals in those 4 games, 2.25 goals a game. Jordan on 58% form for them right now, 2 defeats in the last 6. Tajikistan just 1 defeat in the last 6, 75% form for them heading into this one. And these two sides did lock horns back in November 2023. It was a 1-1 draw. So far, though, the goals for Tajikistan coming from Kamil Markov. He got a goal so far. Hananov and Ubadimiev as well. As for Jordan, they've been free scoring 8 goals in total. Mahdi, Suleiman, and Al Naimat all chipping in with a couple of goals so far to their name. Of course, quickly at the bookies odds here. We do have Tajikistan 10-3 for the victory. We have 11-5 is your draw, and 2019 on is your Jordan here. A quick look at the public vote. The public vote has Jordan at just 59%. Of course, 41% for Tajikistan in a vote that's still alive if you want to get involved with that one. And a quick look at, of course, the overall odds between these two sides. We do have Jordan at 20 to 1, Tajikistan at 50 to 1. So, of course, these two nations really have a difficult path to get through, not only to the final, but to win the pissing thing. Of course, the winner of this game will then take on the winner of Australia and South Korea. So, really, they're going to have to really battle amongst it. But what about me on this one? Tough one to call here. Really could go either way. 1 minute I'm thinking about Jordan, the other minute I think about Tajikistan, and 1 minute I'm thinking about penalties. And did I go for penalties on this one? I did go for penalties on this one. 0-0 draw, dragged in an extra time, drag the distance of penalties, and Tajikistan will come out on top in a coin flip of a match. Now, this match could, if you play this game 100 times, it would be 50-50. I tell you that now. They are so tight, so close, and so unbelievable hard to pick. But I'm going to go with Tajikistan here. 0-0 in the night. Penalties to take them through to the semi-finals. Of course, who will they take on in that next round? We'll take a look at all of it when we come back another time. But until then, subscribe, thumbs up, catch you later. But until then, dudes and dudettes, we're done-zoed.